Hey everybody, how's it? Aloha, this is Jeeves here. I'm your old composer here at the World Music Reaction and Review channel. I'm doing a reaction on the beach. I've actually done a couple of these on my heavy metal reaction channel. People love it, and I figure, well, it's a beautiful Saturday, new swell's coming up. Sorry if it's a little noisy. I figure take you to the beach. And what is there not a better way to celebrate a beach reaction with a local artist here from Hawaii? His name is Johnny Sweet, and the name is Thank You. Now my stepdaughter, I had to reach out and say, hey, what's really hot right now? I'd like to listen and bring some of this, local energy onto the channel. She said, you got to check out Thank You. So thanks, Ange. So anyhow, all that being said, before I start, one of the most wonderful things that I love about the music here in Hawaii is that there is their own style. There's obviously the traditional music of Hawaii, we're all very familiar with, but there's also this other style. I hate to say this term because sometimes it's cringeworthy to a lot of people, but just for saying it right now, kind of a Hawaiian feel, which has taken a lot of the Hawaiian style type of aloha and lyrics and melody and stuff, and mixing it, I believe, with a little bit of the influence of the reggae aspect of the joy here in Hawaii, because reggae is absolutely huge out here. But the beautiful thing is that for many years, this particular style of music, it's so cool and so wonderful. It even has had its own radio stations out here, strictly just for that music. You guys remember what those stations were if you live in Hawaii. Anyhow, so I want to share some of that with you. So this is going to be Johnny Sweet, and the name of the track is Thank You. So give me a second to get all set up. Once again, I'm sorry if this is really loud, but hey, we're doing a reaction on the beach and you swells coming in. All right, here we go. Johnny Sweet. This is Thank You. All right.
I mean it more than you understand. You are in its truest form. You are my best friend. Every time I felt I've lost, you remind me that I have won. You bring me at ease and you make me feel like the storm is gone. We've been broken down, rose from the ground together. Found God again in the midst of pain and held me through it all. Thank you for being my person. Your arms wide open, helping me to love again. Thank you for being my shoulder, listening closer, trusting you with everything. This journey ain't easy, so I'm grateful you're down to ride. I've fallen many times and not once have you left my side. Cause you know me better than I know myself. Always putting others before yourself. You've grown in more ways than one, and I'm so proud of you. We've been broken down, rose from the ground together. Found God again in the midst of pain and held me through it all. Thank you for being my person. Your arms wide open, helping me to love again. Thank you for being my shoulder, listening closer, trusting you with everything.
So much I want to say about this track. I'm going to try to keep this short and then I'll glow about it a little later. I love that within the first 15 seconds of this track, they introduce two what I would consider sub-hook elements. And one is, so it starts and the guitar is doing a little something, a very nice phrase that automatically just kind of settles in. And then that's answered with an ooh-ooh kind of arrangement. Kind of arrangement with the vocals and a very nice harmony. But what I really love that's happening behind that, it sounds like there's a very light ethereal pad in the background that's giving this kind of wide soulful experience, setting up something really super cool. because we've already got this little bounce going on, but with that nice pad in the background, that's what it sounds like. I could be wrong. It's very light in the background, but it's very subtle, but keeps that vibe wide open. Now he comes in with his vocals, and it's just what I expected. The vocalists out here in Hawaii that sing this particular style of music are very R&B oriented, with the beautiful nuances and textures and things they can do with their voice, with little runs and being soft and mellow and kind of skating around with the melody towards the end with the phrases. So I love the fact that they're in it to a minute to win it. So this is pop culture song construction. So within a minute they got to the hook, but great, very standard, if you would, in its construction. You have a verse, a pre-chorus, and a chorus. Then there was that nice little section before the second verse where there was nice little leads. Very gentle, nothing out there, nothing showy offy, but a great arrangement. Whoever the guitar player and the arrangement is on that, love what you guys do, what you're doing there. Then you get right back into the second verse, pre-chorus, and hook out. So there's more I want to talk about, but let's just go ahead and continue, and we'll wrap it up. I'll talk a little more at the end.
Trusting you with everything. Broken down, rose from the ground together. Found God again in the midst of pain and held me through it all. Thank you for being my person. Your arms wide open, helping me to love again. Thank you for being my shoulder, listening closer, trusting you with everything. Thank you for being my person. I'm so thankful. Your arms wide open, helping me to love again. Helping me to love again. Thank you for being my shoulder, listening closer, trusting you with everything.
God, I love that. Oh, God, that was great. You know, one of the super cool things that I love about how they ended their track. So we came back in, and it was just, I don't even want to call it a guitar solo, is the guitar player continued this very hooky arrangement he was doing. And it's so nice because it's so not intruding, in the sense that the music is so joyous and chill and stuff like that, that yeah, you could have gone, you know, that just doesn't work for that, you know. And so that was, I guess you would want to consider that maybe an elongated solo type or instrumental section, not quite solo. But when they got into the hook out, what I loved what they did there, and sometimes this is the case, I'm not saying they did this here, but when the hook in the tracks are full, let's say hook 1 and hook 2, have all the arrangements going right, this is a really fun technique, and once again, I don't know if they did that, but how you come back into the hook, but you mute out certain sections, and you play with the mute in different sections. You pull this thing out, you add this, do this, just do it a cappella with this and just that, and then you kind of play with the assembly of it, and then you choose a way to fade it out. Loved how they ended that. Now my final thing I want to say is the bass line. The bass line is so important in this style of music here in Hawaii. It, to me, is without a doubt the heart and soul of these tracks. Notwithstanding the other musicians, I'm not saying anyone's better or anything, but even you know this here in Hawaii. You know this if you like the bottom end, especially if you got one of those cars when I'm hearing down Kamehameha Highway. Those cars, those sounds are made to carry that bottom end. And the bass players here have such a dubious distinction of keeping such a melodic, rhythmical part of these tracks going. Because like you saw me doing this, right, you have that like muted organ sound doing a very important part of the arrangement to keep that, you know, and there was a piano that was emphasizing the so this was going you know, so that whole thing gives us that swimminess and that coolness of that kind of reggae style, you know, rhythm vibe. But whatever the bass arrange, you guys know, you guys bass players here, you know, and I'm kind of a closet bass player, even though all the compositions I do with guitar and piano. But when it's time to do bass, I always try to do live and everything. And then that's the last thing I want to say. I don't know, and please don't smoke me in the comments. I don't know. I'm an old guy listening here. But the bass line does sound like it's a synth bass line because it has like a muted mallet sound to it. It seems like it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter if it was synth or if they, you know, whatever. Somebody's gonna have to play it live, and that's what I love to see. Is that guy on his 4, 5, sometimes 6 string. You know, if you're Nathan Avial, 12 string, you know, bass. Anyhow, listen, this was great. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed it here on the beach. I'm sorry if it was a little noisy, but you know, I thought this was an absolutely wonderful opportunity to share some music from Hawaii. If you have any more, especially here in Hawaii, you guys, you know, if you guys have any more bands you'd like me to review in the future, drop them in the comments. You guys take care. Have a killer day. See ya.